Lesson 1. Dialogue 1.
It's a lovely Sunday morning. Mrs. Brown is sitting in the kitchen. She wants to have breakfast with her son, Peter. Peter is in his bedroom.
Peter, breakfast's ready.
Mum, where are my shoes?
Did you look under your bed?
Oh yes, here they are. I'm coming.
Finally, it's such a lovely day today. What do you want to do?
Well, first, I want to have breakfast. I'm hungry.
Do you want to go and play with your friend David?
No, I don't. I want to stay at home.
Well, does David want to come here and play at our house?
No, he doesn't. He usually wants to play football in the park.
Do you want to watch television?
No, I don't. There's nothing good on TV on Sundays.
Where's the newspaper?
Here it is.
Yes, you're right. There's nothing on TV today. Do you want to sleep all day?
Yes, I do.
Lesson 1. Dialogue 2.
Robert calls Susan.
Hello?
Hello? Is that Susan?
Yes, it is. Who's speaking, please?
Hi, Susan. It's me, Robert.
Hi, Robert. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Listen, would you like to come to the cinema with me tomorrow?
Oh, that would be lovely, but I'm afraid I can't. I'm busy tomorrow. I'm going out to dinner with John.
I see. What a pity. Well, maybe some other time then. Who's John?
John is just a friend. I met him at the tennis club. Listen, Robert, how about going out to dinner on Saturday?
I'd love to. I know a great Chinese restaurant we can go to in Chinatown.
That sounds nice. I love Chinese food. What time?
How about 8? Would you like me to pick you up?
No, I can manage. Thanks anyway. Let's meet at Leicester Square Tube Station.
That's a good idea. See you on Saturday. Bye.
Bye. Lesson 2. Dialogue 1.
It's a warm evening and it's time for dinner. Mrs. Brown is looking for her children.
Oh, there you are, Susan. What are you doing?
I'm taking things out of the fridge because I'm cleaning it.
And where's Sally?
She's upstairs. She's in bed sleeping.
Oh, look, there's Jane in the garden. She's walking along the path.
Jane comes inside.
Jane, where are your brothers and sisters?
Tom and Mary are in the garden.
And what are they doing?
Well, Tom's angry, so he's leaning against a tree doing nothing. And Mary's playing with the cat. She's throwing it over the hedge.
Oh, that poor cat. She's copying her brother William. He's always torturing the dog.
Actually, he's doing that now. He's pushing Spot into the river.
Oh, that poor dog. Why is William there?
He went there with Henry. Henry's swimming across the river because he wants to train for the swimming competition next Saturday.
Oh dear. Are any of my children normal?
Definitely not Molly. She thinks she's Galileo. She's on the roof looking at the moon through a telescope.
Oh dear, that's very dangerous.
Mrs. Brown goes outside.
Molly? Molly, come down right now.
Richard is also on the roof.
Hello, Mum.
Richard, what are you doing on the roof?
I came up here with Molly.
Come down right now, young man. Ah, Richard!
Why is Mum shouting? Because Richard's jumping off the roof. He's so stupid.
Lesson 2. Dialogue 2.
Susan and Robert meet at the restaurant.
Excuse me, could you tell me the way to the Golden Dragon restaurant, please?
I'm sorry. I've got no idea. Look, there's a policeman over there. Ask him.
Oh yes, thank you. Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me where the Golden Dragon restaurant is, please?
Yes, of course. Go straight on for about 300 meters, over the railway bridge and then turn right. It's on the left, just opposite a pub.
Let me see. Along this road, over the bridge, first right, and it's on the left.
That's right. It's not very far, about 5 minutes. You can't miss it.
Outside the Golden Dragon restaurant, Robert is waiting for Susan.
Here I am, Robert.
Hello. Did you have any problems finding the place?
No, it wasn't too difficult. I took the underground, and when I came out, I asked a policeman for directions.
Let's go in. Would you rather be upstairs or downstairs? There's a nice little dining area up on the roof garden.
That's a good idea, but I'd like to wash my hands first. Do you know where the toilets are?
Downstairs, first door on the left.
Lesson 3. Dialogue 1.
It's a cold, grey, cloudy day. The Brown family is getting ready for church. The children don't want to go. Mrs. Brown wants to see what they are wearing.
Molly, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a blue blouse.
Oh, that's nice. The one you always wear when you go to parties?
Yes. I'm also wearing a green skirt, pink socks, and red shoes.
Oh dear, what colours? And you, Henry? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing an orange shirt, a green tie, red shorts, and trainers.
Don't you think the colours you're wearing are too bright?
Not compared to Jane. She's wearing a purple dress, a pink cardigan, and orange sandals.
What about me, Mum?
Oh no, Peter, you can't wear a tracksuit and football boots to church. And where do you think you're going, Sally?
I'm going to church. What a silly question.
Oh, are you? Dressed like that? Sally, what's the weather like outside? Is it sunny, warm and hot?
No, it's not.
And what are you wearing?
My swimsuit. Why?
Because people wear swimsuits when the weather's nice, not when it's cold, grey and cloudy, and not when they go to church. Goodbye, children. I'm very angry. I'm going to church alone.
Hooray!
Lesson 3. Dialogue 2.
Susan meets a friend for Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson's Australian friend David is coming to stay with her. Miss Wilson is working late, so Susan is meeting David for her at the train station. Susan doesn't know him.
Well, Miss Wilson, of course I can help you. What does David look like?
Oh, he's easy to recognize. He's 26 and tall, about 6 feet 2 inches. He's got blonde hair and deep blue eyes.
He sounds really good looking. What about build?
He's very fit with broad shoulders and he's got a very fair complexion. I think he's very attractive, but all he thinks about is work.
Why? What does he do?
He's a marine biologist. He's always talking about his work. He's crazy about it, but he's really very kind.
All boring men are really kind. Has your friend got any special features?
Well, yes. He's got a huge beard and his ears stick out quite a lot.
He doesn't sound very attractive now. Anyway, I'm sure I'll recognize him straight away. Bye! Lesson 4. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown's children are upstairs in their bedrooms. They are arguing.
My room is bigger than yours, Richard. Yours is the smallest in the house.
Well, my bed is more comfortable. It's softer than yours.
Our beds are newer than yours, Richard. We've got the most modern furniture in the house.
Well, you all go to bed earlier than me because you're younger. I can stay downstairs and watch TV longer than you.
Where are you going?
I'm playing tennis with Peter and Henry. They are more mature than you are.
You're not taking my bicycle. You're too heavy for it.
I don't want your bike. It's so cheap. It's cheaper than Tom's and Henry's.
Yes, but theirs are cheaper than mine. Mine's the newest.
Well, my new tennis racket is more expensive than yours, Peter.
Yes, but it's not as expensive as mine. My tennis racket is the most expensive.
Well, I'm the prettiest girl in the family.
No, you're not. Sally's prettier than you.
No, she's not. She's ugly. And you're the ugliest girl in the world.
Children, stop arguing and be quiet. Molly, why are you crying?
I'm unhappy because Susan called me the ugliest girl in the world.
You're not ugly, Molly. You're as pretty as Susan, Mary, Sally and Jane. Don't cry. Would you like to play tennis with the boys?
Yes, I'd love to.
Oh, no!
Lesson 4. Dialogue 2.
A discussion about marriage.
You're very quiet today, Susan. You look so serious.
Do I? Well, I'm worried about a friend of mine. She's only 20 and she's getting married in a few weeks. What do you think about people who want to get married when they're young?
I'm not sure. I don't really know how I feel about it.
What about you, Robert? Do you think it's better or worse to get married young?
I think when you're 20, you've got less experience in life. In my opinion, 30 is the best age to get married.
I agree. You're more experienced at 30. But, on the other hand, children prefer having younger parents.
I disagree entirely. In my opinion, it's not a question of age. I know people who are 20 who are more mature than people who are 30.
Exactly. So there really is no best or worst age. What's most important when people get married is that they love each other.
What nonsense! I don't agree at all. Love is the least important thing in modern marriage. Compatibility and financial stability are what count.
I don't want to agree with you, but I think that's right. It's sad, but true.
I'm not so certain. In my opinion, it's wrong to think that all people are only interested in money. I'm sure many people still marry for love.
Lesson 5. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown is asking her lazy children some questions.
Peter, when are you going to buy a new pair of school shoes? I gave you the money last week.
I'm going to buy them tomorrow.
Jane, your room is so untidy. When are you going to tidy it?
I'm going to tidy it tomorrow.
Tom, your bicycle is broken. When are you going to repair it?
I'm going to repair it tomorrow.
Susan, when are you going to iron your school uniform?
I'm going to iron it tomorrow.
Richard, when are you going to do your geography homework?
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Molly, when are you going to write an email to Uncle Sam?
I'm going to write it to him tomorrow.
Henry, when are you going to wash the car?
I'm going to wash it tomorrow.
Mary, when are you going to call your grandmother to thank her for the birthday present she sent you?
I'm going to call her tomorrow.
William, when are you going to mow the lawn? The grass is so long that the garden looks like a jungle.
I'm going to mow it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right. I'm not going to cook dinner for you, and I'm not going to do anything more for you until tomorrow. You are all lazy boys and girls. Lesson 5. Dialogue 2.
Holidays.
Bonjour, Susan. Bonjour, Robert.
Ms. Wilson, why are you speaking to us in French?
I want to practice my French because I'm going to the south of France soon.
How nice. How long are you going to be away?
10 days. And what are you going to do for your holidays?
Nothing. I'm going to stay here. I'd love to join you in France.
Didn't you want to go to California on the west coast of America?
No, actually, I wanted to go to Florida on the east coast, but I didn't organize it in time. I haven't got enough money to go anyway.
What are you going to do, Robert?
I'm going to spend my holidays up in the north, touring Scotland with some friends. We're going to hire a bus and share the expenses.
You're going to tour Scotland by bus? What an awful way to travel.
I disagree. It sounds like fun. What's the weather going to be like?
There's going to be lots of rain. We're going to sleep in a tent, so we're going to get very wet. I'm not going to worry about it, though. We are young.
Well, I'm happy I'm going to France and not Scotland. It's not going to rain in France. It's going to be very hot.
What are you going to do there?
I'm going to lie on the beach all day and sunbathe and I'm going to read lots of books and relax. I'm really looking forward to this holiday.
Have a nice time and send me a postcard. Lesson 6. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown's tired after a day in town, but when she arrives home and walks through the front door, she can hear loud music playing.
Oh dear, what a noise! Turn that music off.
Peter walks across the room wearing a party hat.
Peter, stop right there, young man. What are you wearing?
Taking off the hat.
Nothing. Why are you back home so early, Mum?
Ignoring his question.
This morning, before I left the house, I asked you to do some housework. Did you do it?
No, I didn't. I was in bed all day. I wasn't very well. I felt terrible.
Well, you don't look ill now. What about your brothers and sisters? Did they do any of the things I asked them to do?
I don't know. Ask them. I'm feeling much better now. Because I slept all day, but I shut my bedroom door because Molly and Henry were really noisy.
Molly, Henry, come here, please. What did you do today?
We cleaned all the windows and swept the floor.
Did you feed the dog?
Yes, I fed him. Did you pick up the photographs for me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot.
Mom, I told you to write it down.
It's all right. We can go tomorrow. Where's Tom? He didn't come to meet me at the bus stop.
Well, he drank a bottle of whiskey, and now he's sleeping like a log.
What? Children, I thought you were more mature than this. Go to bed, all of you, now. Lesson 6. Dialogue 2.
Introductions. Miss Wilson and Susan are picking Robert up from the airport on his return from Scotland.
There he is. Look, he's not alone. Who's that attractive blonde girl with him?
She's not very attractive in my opinion. She's too thin. Her suitcase is big. How long is she going to stay?
You're not jealous, are you?
Of course not.
Susan! Miss Wilson, what a surprise. What are you doing here?
We decided to come and pick you up.
How nice of you. This is my friend Jillian. I met her during my trip to Scotland.
Pleased to meet you, Jillian. I'm Miss Wilson, Robert's English teacher. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
How do you do? My name's Susan.
Oh, how formal. How do you do? I'm Jillian, but you can call me Jill.
How was the flight?
Not bad, thanks. Though I'm happy to be on the ground again. Jillian doesn't usually fly, so for her it didn't seem to take long at all. She usually travels by car.
How long did it take?
The flight took 2 hours, but the journey to the airport took more than 3 hours. The traffic was terrible. Traveling can be so tiring. I'm exhausted.
Lesson 7. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown wants to bake a cake, but she needs a rest first, so the children are going to the supermarket to buy the ingredients. They are writing a shopping list now.
What do you need to bake your cake, Mum?
I need some eggs, so can you buy a dozen? I also need a pound of flour and a pound of sugar and some butter.
How much is a pound in kilos?
It's about half a kilo.
Don't you need a bar of chocolate as well?
No, I don't. If I make a chocolate cake, Molly will eat most of it and get a stomachache.
But if you make any other type of cake, I won't eat it.
That's okay. If you don't eat any cake, there will be more for us.
Do we need anything else?
Yes, we do. Write this down, please. A packet of frozen peas, a carton of milk, 2 bars of soap, 4 tins of dog food, some salt, and a tube of toothpaste.
What are we going to have for dinner tonight?
Fish, chips, and peas. So can you buy some fresh fish from the fishmonger, please? Here's the money. Don't lose it.
Do we need any bread?
No, we don't. I bought a fresh loaf this morning. Oh, and please buy a pad of letter paper and a packet of envelopes. I need to write some letters. Now off you go.
If you learn to use the computer, Mum, you won't need to write letters. You can send emails. We're in the 21st century.
Yes, you need to be more modern, Mum. Then you could do your shopping on the internet instead of sending us to the supermarket.
Lesson 7. Dialogue 2.
Favors.
I'm going into town. I need to buy a birthday present for my grandfather.
Would you mind posting these letters for me, please, Robert?
Of course not. The post office is on my way.
What are you going to buy for your grandfather?
I don't know. He'll be happy if I buy him a tin of tobacco and a box of matches. But if I do that, Mum will get angry.
What about a packet of sweets or a bar of chocolate?
No, if he eats them, he'll have problems with his false teeth. I think I'll buy him a packet of razor blades if I can find a shop that still sells them.
Oh, Robert, could you do me another favor? Can you buy me a newspaper?
Yes, of course. Well, I'm off then. See you later.
Actually, Robert, would you give me a lift into town? I need to do some shopping.
I'm sorry, Susan. I'm afraid I can't. Jill's coming with me. She needs help to go to the laundrette.
Oh, I see.
Gillian arrives with 2 heavy bags.
Hi, Robert. Will you help me with these bags, please?
Yes, certainly. Bye, Susan. Bye, Miss Wilson.
Speaking to Miss Wilson.
Did you see how many clothes she's got? Lesson 8. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown's children are getting ready for a talent show at the town hall. Some of them are playing a musical instrument. Others are singing or dancing. The show starts in an hour.
Hurry up, children. We don't want to arrive late. If we get there early, we'll be able to park near the town hall. Please dress warmly because it's raining hard and it's cold. Peter, stop singing, please.
Mum, I need to practice. I want to be in a musical when I'm older.
Well, sing more softly. Mary, why are you dressing so slowly? If we get there late because of you, I'll be very angry. Do you understand me?
All right, Mum. I'll try to dress more quickly, even if we've got a lot of time still.
Richard, please don't drop your trombone on your brother's foot again like you did last year.
Mum, it was an accident. I told you I couldn't help it. It was heavy.
Okay, Richard. Are we all ready now? Remember, children, don't worry if you win or lose. Just do your best. Come on, let's go.
Back at home after the talent show, Mrs. Brown is looking at all of her children proudly because they all did really well. Some of them even won prizes.
I'm very proud of you all. You sang, played and danced beautifully.
Didn't I play my violin too fast, Mum?
You won a prize, didn't you? People don't win prizes when they play badly. Now off to bed, all of you. It's late.
Good night, Mom.
Good night. Please try not to snore as loudly as you play your trombone, Richard. We all need to sleep well tonight. We're exhausted. Lesson 8. Dialogue 2.
The accident. Susan has got something important to tell her boyfriend Chris, but she doesn't know how to say it.
What's the matter, Susan? You look upset.
I've got something to tell you, Chris, but...
What is it? Did something happen?
Well, yes. I'm terribly sorry, darling, but I'm afraid...
What? What did you do?
I'm afraid I had a little accident.
What did you do? Do you mean a car accident?
Just a small accident.
With my new car? How could you?
I'm ever so sorry, really, Chris, but it wasn't my fault. It was an accident. I couldn't help it.
Okay, it's alright. Calm down. Tell me what happened.
Well, I was driving very carefully, not very fast, quite slowly actually, and I'm afraid I knocked down the garden wall. Don't worry, I'll pay for the damage to the car and the wall.
Shouting angrily.
Of course you'll pay for it. That was a new car.
Stop shouting at me, Chris. Don't worry, it won't happen again.
No, it won't, because I'll never lend you my car again.
No, Chris, because I'm leaving you. It's finished between you and me. Goodbye.
Goodbye? What? Susan! Wait a minute. Don't go. Susan! Come back. Susan!
Lesson 9. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown and her children are getting ready to go on a picnic in the country.
Who's coming?
Everyone's coming.
Is anyone going to help me make the sandwiches, or am I making them all myself? If nobody helps me, there won't be enough sandwiches for everybody.
Poor Mum. I can help you. You can't do everything by yourself.
Isn't anybody answering the phone? Somebody answer the phone.
Answering the phone?
Hello? You'd like to speak to Sherry Ammer? I'm afraid you've got the wrong telephone number. Nobody in this house is called Sherry. Goodbye.
Who was it?
Wrong number. Somebody asking for a lady with a French name.
Right, Mary. Is everything in the picnic basket? Do we need anything else?
No, that's it. Everything is ready. Let's go.
2 hours later, the Brown family arrives in the country.
Let's find somewhere quiet and cool. I don't want to be anywhere near the road. It's too noisy. How about under that tree?
There are flies and mosquitoes everywhere. I want to go back home.
Don't be silly. You're going nowhere. Sit down. Let's eat. Here, everybody, help yourselves. Oh dear, there's nothing to drink. Where are the drinks, Mary?
Oops, I left them on the kitchen table.
Lesson 9. Dialogue 2.
Suggestions.
You look sad today, Susan. What's wrong?
I had an argument with Chris yesterday, and I decided to leave him.
Oh dear. Is everything all right now?
Yes, I think I made the right decision. I just need something to distract me.
I've got an idea. Let's go to the cinema.
That would be nice, but there's nothing good on at the cinema.
How about ordering some pizza and watching TV at my place?
Well, I suppose we could, but I think I'd like to go out somewhere and meet people. Do you know anyone interesting you can introduce me to?
No, I don't. I'm afraid my friends are all much older than you. Shall we go to that new pub near the station?
I don't really feel like going to a pub. Let's go somewhere where we can dance.
Yes, that's a good idea. I know a great club where they play good dance music.
Let's go there then. Shall we meet at my place at 9 o'clock? I can drive.
Yes, that sounds fine. See you later. Shall we invite Robert?
I suppose we could, but he's probably busy doing something with Gillian. Lesson 10. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown is ill. She's in bed. Her children are looking after her. She's telling them what to do.
Mary, where are you?
I'm in my bedroom with Susan.
Bring me some paper and a pen, please. I want to make a shopping list.
Where can I find them?
On my desk, silly. Tom, are you in the sitting room?
Yes, I am, Mum.
Can you bring me my glasses from the coffee table, please?
Yes, of course. Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Tom. I need you to get me some medicine from the chemist.
All right, Mum. Just write the name of it down for me, please.
Here you are. Now, Peter, please take this list to the grocer and get everything on it.
Okay, Mum.
Susan, get the laundry bag from the bathroom and come here, please.
Here I am. What do you need this bag for?
Can you put those dirty clothes into it and take them to the dry cleaners, please?
I can't carry this bag full of clothes by myself. It's too heavy.
Okay, Susan, you can get the bread from the baker and the fish from the fish shop. Molly, you can go to the grocer's and Peter can take the clothes to the dry cleaners.
Mum, I can't carry the shopping for a family of 11.
All right. William, please go with the girls. You are strong. You can carry everything. Take this money and off you go. I want to read my magazine. Lesson 10. Dialogue 2.
Complaining in a restaurant.
Here's your chicken salad, madame. And here's your soup, sir.
Thanks, I'm starving. Excuse me, could you bring me some bread, please?
Yes, certainly, sir.
Yuck! This salad's too salty. I can't eat it. Waiter!
Here's your bread, sir. Is everything all right, madame?
No, I'm afraid it isn't. This salad's too salty. Can you get me something else, please?
I'm sorry, madame. Shall I bring you the menu again?
Yes, please. Robert, why aren't you eating your soup? Is it okay?
Yes, it's fine, but it's too hot to eat at the moment. It needs to cool down a bit.
Here's the menu, madame.
Waiting for Jillian to finish reading the menu.
Are you ready to order now?
Yes. Could you get me a prawn cocktail, please? Then, to follow, we'd like steak. Rare for my friend and well done for me.
The steak comes with vegetables of the day or salad. Which would you prefer?
Salad for me, please.
I'll have the vegetables of the day. I like a surprise.
30 minutes later, Robert and Jillian are eating the steak they ordered.
Oh no! Waiter! My steak's too rare. I ordered it well done.
Well, mine isn't rare enough. I can't eat it. Could you do something about it, please?
I'm terribly sorry. There is a mistake. The chef put the vegetables on your plate, madame, and the salad on yours, sir. I'll take everything back to the kitchen and bring you fresh ones.
Lesson 11. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown is in bed. She's got the flu. Her children are doing the housework for her.
Mary, will you come here, please?
Yes, Mum. What is it?
Will you dust the living room and dining room, please?
Shall I dust the hall too?
No, Susan will do that.
No, I won't. I'm busy. I'm ironing all these clothes.
Will you iron the table napkins too, please?
Yes, of course I will.
Good girl. Richard, what are you doing?
I'm vacuuming. Tom won't help. He's watching TV.
Tom, will you come here right now?
Yes, Mum.
Will you help Richard carry the vacuum cleaner upstairs? Then will you dust upstairs and clean the bathroom? Henry?
Yes, Mum.
Is lunch ready?
Oops. I forgot. I'll go now. I promise. It'll be ready soon.
Just make some sandwiches.
Shall I put some tomatoes in them?
That sounds like a good idea. Molly, will you get the clothes out of the washing machine, please?
Yes, of course. Shall I take them outside?
No, I think it will rain this afternoon. Please leave them in the laundry basket for now. Lesson 11. Dialogue 2.
In the department store.
Susan, what are you doing here?
Hello, Miss Wilson. I'm looking for something for my mum. It's her birthday soon.
I'm not doing anything until I go to the gym at 6. Shall I help you look?
Would you? That would be lovely. Would you like me to help you carry those bags?
No, that's all right, thanks. I can manage. Thanks all the same. Have you got any ideas about what to buy for your mum?
Well, I saw this lovely vase in the china department. Would you mind coming with me to have a look at it?
No, of course not.
In the china department.
I think it will be perfect. I'm certain she'll like it.
May I help you, miss?
Yes, please. I'd like to buy this vase.
Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Yes, please. It's a birthday present.
Miss Wilson and Susan are leaving the department store.
Oh, look at that lovely luggage set up there on the shelf.
Would you like me to get it down for you, madam?
Oh, thank you. How kind of you.
Seeing it's very expensive.
Oh dear, is that the time? I'm afraid I'm late. I'll miss my bus for the gym. Goodbye. Bye, Susan.
Lesson 12. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown is trying to wake her children up and send them to school. It's late.
Children, it's late. You have to get up. You'll be late for school.
I don't want to go to school today, Mum.
Don't be silly. All children have to go to school. So, hurry up or you'll miss the bus. You were late yesterday and I'm not taking you to school again today.
Do I have to brush my teeth, Mum? I'm too tired.
Of course you have to brush your teeth.
I'm so sleepy, Mum. I'll have to drink a cup of coffee to wake up.
No, you won't. You mustn't drink too much coffee. It's bad for children.
The younger children are making a lot of noise in the bathroom.
Children, stop making all this noise. You mustn't be noisy at this time in the morning. You'll wake up Dr. Johnson next door. You know he has to work nights at the hospital. He needs to sleep.
Sorry, Mum. We won't make any more noise. I promise.
Well, hurry up. Today's market day, and if I'm late because of you, I'll be very angry. Richard, why aren't you getting up?
I've got a headache, Mum. I think I've got a temperature. I don't think I can go to school today.
Oh dear, I hope you aren't getting a cough or a cold or the flu. You don't have to go to school, but you'll have to take an aspirin and stay in bed.
Do I have to stay in bed all day?
Yes, you do.
Then I prefer to go to school. I'm feeling much better anyway.
You naughty boy. You mustn't tell lies and you mustn't be late for school. Get up and get ready now. Lesson 12. Dialogue 2.
Helping Gillian. Susan and Robert are organizing Robert's New Year's Eve party.
Shall we have a fancy dress party?
No, let's just have a normal party. It's expensive to hire fancy dress costumes.
Gillian comes into the room, crying.
You look rather upset, Gillian. What's the matter?
I've got to leave the flat I'm living in and find somewhere else to go.
Oh dear. If I were you, I'd go to an accommodation agency.
Thanks for the advice, but I tried that yesterday, and they've only got very expensive flats that I can't afford. I haven't got much money at the moment.
I think you should look at the ads in the local paper. Sometimes you can find flats to share with other students that are quite cheap to rent.
That's a good idea. I'll certainly try that. But my problem right now is finding somewhere to sleep tonight.
What? You haven't got anywhere to stay.
Why don't you let Gillian stay at yours, Robert? You've got a big house.
That's true. But I don't think Gillian would want to stay at my place.
Of course I would. I'd love to. Oh, thank you, Robert. That's so kind of you. This is a huge favor you're doing for me. I promise I'll repay you in some way.
Lesson 13. Dialogue 1.
Since Mrs. Brown has been ill, the children haven't been out anywhere. They want to go out today, but Mrs. Brown needs to check they've done everything she asked them to.
Tom, have you done your homework?
Yes, I have. I've just finished it.
Good. Richard, have you fed the dog yet?
Yes, I have. I fed him this morning.
Henry, come here. I asked you to tidy your room.
But I've already tidied it, Mum.
No, you haven't. You haven't made your bed yet.
Oops. I forgot. Sorry, Mum. I'll make it now.
What's happened?
Henry's just knocked over a tin of paint and it's spilling all over the floor.
Oh dear, what a disaster. Mary, can you get me a cloth from the kitchen, please?
It's all right, Mum. Susan's already gone to get you one. Here she is now.
Thanks, Susan. You're lucky it hasn't touched the carpet, Henry. Put the tin of paint somewhere safe and be more careful in future, please.
Can we go to that new cinema now, Mum? We haven't been there yet.
No, I think it will be too crowded. Let's go to the zoo.
Yes, that would be great, Mum. I've never been to a zoo.
Have you ever seen a monkey, Peter?
No, I haven't.
Haven't you ever looked in the mirror before, then?
Lesson 13. Dialogue 2.
Driving to school.
How long have you been living here, Gillian? Don't you miss Scotland?
I've been living here for 2 years now, since I started studying languages.
I've been studying French since I was 13, but I can't speak a word.
Sorry, Robert, but you're making me a bit nervous. Can you drive more slowly?
Sure, of course I can. The speed limit is 50 miles per hour, and I've been driving at 45 miles per hour all the time. But if you want, I can go slower.
Watch out, there's a little doggy in the middle of the road.
It's all right. I've already seen it. Don't worry, Gillian. I'm a careful driver.
Don't overtake that lorry yet. We're on a bend. It's dangerous.
I'm not going to overtake it now. I'm waiting for a safe place to do it. Relax.
Look out. You're going to hit that man carrying a ladder.
Jillian, he's walking across a zebra crossing. I always stop at zebra crossings. Will you stop telling me how to drive, please? I hate backseat drivers.
I'm not a backseat driver. I'm just warning you about the dangers of driving. I've seen so many accidents. It's not safe on the roads. Please be careful.
I've been driving for 3 years, and I haven't had an accident yet.
Mind that car!
Lesson 14. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown and her children are talking about what they are going to do at the weekend.
Henry, what are you going to do this weekend?
I don't know yet. I need some exercise. I haven't been going to the pool very much recently, so I may go swimming, or I might go for a walk.
Mary, what are you going to do?
I may go to that new cinema, or I might just stay at home.
William?
I'm thinking of visiting Uncle Sam. I haven't seen him since Christmas.
Oh, that's a good idea. I might come with you. We'll give him a ring later. What about you, Sally?
I might stay at home and bake a cake. I don't know. The telephone rings. Mrs. Brown answers it.
Hello? Tom? Yes, I'll just get him. Tom, there's somebody on the phone for you. Hello? He's coming. Who is this? Hello? Oh, she's hung up.
I'll get it, Mum. It'll be for me.
Nearly an hour later, Tom is still on the phone.
How long has Tom been talking on the phone?
He's been talking on it since 4:30.
So, he's been on the phone for 55 minutes?
Yes, he has. I've been listening to him. I think he's got a girlfriend.
Tom, a girlfriend? Pigs might fly.
Mum, where's my tuxedo? I might need it this weekend. I'm going to a party at the town hall.
First, I want you to tell me who you've been speaking to for an hour.
Oh, that's my new girlfriend, Emma.
So how long have you been seeing her?
Only since last night.
Lesson 14. Dialogue 2.
Plans for a picnic.
I need a rest. I've been studying too hard recently.
Me too. I'm so depressed. I'd like to go somewhere or do something, but my car's at the mechanic's and I haven't got any money.
How much will it cost to repair?
It will probably cost more money than I've got in the bank. That's for sure.
Do you think so?
I hope not. I suppose I might win the football pools if I'm lucky, but I very much doubt it.
I've got an idea. Why don't we go for a picnic? I've been reading the paper and the weather forecast said it will probably be sunny this weekend.
Rubbish. The weather's never good at the weekends. I'm sure it'll snow if I decide to go. I'm so unlucky.
Don't be a pessimist, Robert. I'm sure it will be a lovely day on Sunday. Will you come?
I don't think so.
Oh, please, Robert. I'll bake you a chocolate cake if you come.
The TV weatherman said it may be foggy at the weekend. Are you sure it will be warm enough for a picnic?
Fog? I suppose pigs might fly. It's spring. Even if it is foggy on Sunday, it'll probably clear up by lunchtime.
Yes, it's a bit dull today, but I'm sure the weather will improve by the weekend.
I hope so.
Lesson 15. Dialogue 1.
Last Saturday, a thief stole some diamonds from the bank near where the Brown family lives. A policeman is at the Browns' house now, asking everyone some questions.
The crime was committed between 4 and 6 p.m. last Saturday. Where were you, and what were you doing at that time, Mrs. Brown?
I was in Trimley, a little village near here, with my sons Peter and William. We were visiting my brother Sam. We came home at 7:30 p.m.
And you? What were you doing while your mother was away?
I was swimming with my brother Richard until 7 p.m.
Did you see anything suspicious while you were coming home?
No, I don't think so.
And you, little girl, where were you?
I'm not little. I was at the cinema with my sister Mary.
What time did you leave the cinema?
The film finished at 5 p.m., so we left the cinema at about 5:10.
Did you see anyone else while you were walking home?
Yes. When we came out of the cinema, a man was running along the road. He was carrying a black case. I think he was running for the bus.
That's interesting. I'll need you to give me a full description later. What about your sister Sally? Was she with you at the cinema?
No, she wasn't. She stayed at home and baked a cake.
Was anyone else at home with her?
Yes, I was, and so was Tom. He was getting ready for a party.
So, while Tom was getting ready and Sally was baking a cake, what were you doing?
I was watching TV. Tom was singing loudly in the bath, so I put the volume up.
If you catch the thief, will he go to prison?
Yes, he will. Without a doubt. This is a serious crime.
Lesson 15. Dialogue 2.
The picnic.
Here's a nice place. Let's have the picnic here. Oh dear, the ground is a bit wet. We should have brought plastic seats.
I'm sure we'll be all right. It's just a pity there are so many flies and mosquitoes. They've bitten me already. I should have bought my insect repellent spray.
If only I had my car here. I've got some insect repellent in it.
So tell us what happened with your car. How did the accident happen?
Well, I was driving to school with Jillian, and she was being a real backseat driver. I was driving really carefully, but she made me nervous.
But you're a really good driver.
Well, I lost my patience with Jillian in the end. While I was talking to her, I didn't see that the car in front of me had stopped, and I hit it quite hard. If only I hadn't lost my patience. I should have been more careful.
It wasn't your fault, though. You were distracted by Jillian.
I'm afraid it was my fault. I have to pay for the damage to the other car, and my own because my car insurance doesn't cover it. If only I had paid more for my insurance.
Cheer up, Robert. That's life. These things happen. Are you a member of the AA?
The Automobile Association? Yes, I am, luckily. They came to pick us and the car up straight away. My new car? Ruined? Why did I do it?
When will your car be ready?
Actually, I'm thinking of buying a second-hand car because it might be too expensive to repair mine.
I'm very sorry to hear that. You loved that car.
I know. I should never have bought such an expensive car. I've lost so much money on it. If I sell it, I'll only get 1/3 of the money I spent.
You're joking. It's a new car.
Just put it down to experience, Robert. Come on, let's eat. I'm hungry.
Lesson 16. Dialogue 1.
Mrs. Brown is trying to make lunch for her difficult children.
Who wants spaghetti? I'm making it with meat sauce.
I do. I love spaghetti.
I don't. I detest it.
What did you put in the meat sauce, Mum?
I put tomato, celery, carrots, mushrooms and peas in it.
Then I'd prefer something else. I hate cooked celery. I don't like the taste of it.
But you like it raw, don't you? You could make a salad with lettuce, celery, cucumber and tomatoes.
I'm not keen on salad either. I'll just have a sandwich.
Have we got any potatoes? I feel like some chips.
This isn't a restaurant, children. I don't enjoy cooking for you at all. You're all so difficult to please.
That's not true, Mum. I adore all food, even tripe. There's nothing I don't like.
The Brown family is sitting at the table having lunch.
Mum, when you were younger, could you ride a bike?
Yes, I could. I could do many things before I had such a big family.
Could you dance?
Yes, I could. I could dance really well, and I could sing beautifully. That's why you're all so talented. You take after me.
Why didn't you try riding a bike again now? We could help you. It's easy.
No, I don't think I could. I've forgotten how to. I'll fall off.
What about dancing or singing? We could go to the karaoke night at the town hall.
Maybe we could. We'll see. Now finish your lunch, please. Lesson 16. Dialogue 2.
Getting ready for New Year's Eve.
So how much food do we need to prepare for the buffet?
Not too much. People who come to parties are more interested in drinking and dancing than eating.
That's true. We could just make some sandwiches and snacks and leave them on the table in the corner of the hall. What about seats?
There should be enough chairs in the hall where we're having the party, but we could bring a few spare ones from my place, just in case.
You sent out invitations to everybody asking them to bring a bottle, right?
Yes, but I couldn't remember the address, so I didn't put it on the invitations.
I'm sure people will find it. It's a place where everyone has parties.
We need to buy some fruit juices to mix up the cocktails. Orange, tomato, and grapefruit. Should be all right. We'll need some ice, too.
Speaking of cocktails, I had a gorgeous meal with Miss Wilson at that new restaurant last night. I had a prawn cocktail for starters and then grilled sole with salad.
Is that the place where they've got a French chef? I've heard the food is really good there. What did Miss Wilson have?
She had a duck starter and lamb chops with French beans, but she couldn't finish her meal because she was too full up.
We could go there together one evening when I finish paying for my car.
Yes, that sounds lovely. It's a pity the party isn't fancy dress. I could come as a princess, and you could be my handsome prince.
Just make sure you're with me at midnight. At the last New Year's Eve party, I couldn't find you for the countdown. I don't want you to escape from me again this time.
Don't worry, we'll fill up our champagne glasses together this year.